Have you been taking piano lessons for a while, or maybe you took them in the past and you've run across things where you have, oh, I don't know, like we have here, eighth notes, staccatos, quarter notes, and your teacher probably told you you should count, but counting feels hard, and how do I do it? Well, sometimes we just aren't told how to count properly. Counting is a tool that is really going to set you free to play other things, to play the rhythms well, to feel comfortable and at home with them. Now, it does take a little bit of practice to get your head around the skill of doing this, and there's really nothing that replaces counting out loud. But in order to do that, someone needs to show you how. So if you've always wondered, this video is for you. Let's take a look at one of the pieces that I have in one of my books. This is from my preparatory level book, this one right here. It's part of a larger course that I have available at pianoplayingmadesimple.com. I have all kinds of videos explaining how to do counting, how to learn pieces, all kinds of things. But I just want to give you a quick demonstration today so you can see the way I teach and what's available to you. Let's start with the idea of counting duet and contrary motion. This is a piece by Reichert, and I like it because it has a number of things that we run into when we're counting. Quite commonly, you're going to see all of these things. Now, if we notice the time signature, it's a 4/4 time signature. We are starting on an upbeat. That just means we're not starting on the first count of the measure. In this case, we are starting on the fourth count. Our other two counts are down here in the last measure, 1, 2, the rest is 3, meaning that we would come in on count number 4 over here. Okay, we don't always have to start on count number 1. Composers just do this because they like the feel of the music. And if you master counting, you're going to start to feel something that starts on an upbeat feels slightly different than something that starts on, shall we say, beat number 1. Now, you might not feel it right away, and if you don't worry about it. But I'm going to tell you how you can get spot on with your rhythm, no matter what you do. And the way to do that is to use a tool called subdivision, or perhaps you've heard it referred to as counting with ands. Now, a lot of people have heard of counting with ands on the eighth notes, 1 and, 2 and, like I'll put right here on the screen. That absolutely works, but the real trick to subdivision is to use the ands with every type of note, quarter notes, half notes, whole notes, rests. The and basically acts as a spacer. So what I've got going on here, let's look at this first complete measure. In fact, let's take out some of these other things I've written on here. Okay, so we have 4 quarter notes in this measure, and each one takes up the same amount of real estate in the measure. So count number 1 takes up this space, count number 2 takes up this much, count number 3, count number 4. Essentially, they are all evenly spaced. Okay, think of this if you were ever a kid or if you have kids, and think of it as having to put that line down the back seat in the car. This is your space, this is my space. Okay, everybody gets along fine as long as nobody crosses over into the other guy's space. Well, that's kind of what we're doing with the counts here. If I play these quarter notes, they should be nice and even. Now, I didn't staccato that first one. But let's think about this. This staccato note right here, what if this note right here comes in a little too quickly? Well, now instead of having 2 quarter notes, this actually sounds like a pair of eighth notes, and that completely changes the rhythm. This note right here is coming in on the other note's territory. It's crossed the line, and we don't want to let it do that. What we want to do instead is we want to evenly space these. So by using an and, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We have an automatic spacer, so one note can't crowd in on the other note. So now if I play my staccato 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, notice how those are all evenly spaced. They're not coming in on each other. Now let's continue this a bit. Let's go ahead and write in the upbeat 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, I'll do the entire first line. So now we have a combination of eighth notes, staccatoed quarter notes, and just plain quarter notes. But it doesn't matter. If we leave that and in there, it's a spacer. So I can play 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Notice how that stays all nice and even. Now the important part, let's go one more measure. Let's go to measure 5. We have a half note. Now it can be tempting to drop the ands off, but I would say don't do it. We want to stay evenly spaced, so we're going to say 1 and 2 and. Now we have a quarter rest. That's going to be 3 and, followed by a pair of eighth notes, 4 and. So now if I play just measure 5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, see how that keeps everything nice and even. By counting out loud, and yes, it's going to take your brain a little bit to get used to playing both hands, counting out loud, but it's well worth being patient with this process, because what you're doing is you're developing a feel for how this counting should go. You are developing your sense of rhythm by doing this. So by going 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and. That has allowed me to space everything evenly and to start to feel what that would be like. Now the next step in this is to take that rhythm or that counting to the next level and drop the and out and see if you can actually feel the quarter note beat. That's really the point of counting, is for you as a musician to begin feeling the beat, to internalize that sense of rhythm. And the only way to do that is to start with the subdivided count, but then see if you can drop it out and stay with just the numbers. So something like 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. After you have done that enough times, you start to feel the rhythm, and that's where your counting really takes off. Counting is the tool that allows you to really get your head around just about any music that you want to play, whether it's classical or you later transfer it over to a different type of or a different style of music. This tool really comes in handy. And this is one of the things that I really focus on in my course on my website, Piano Playing Made Simple. I have a free introductory course, and then I have another course that builds level upon level with many, many pre-recorded videos where you can work at your own pace and learn things like subdivision and many other pianistic skills. So if that's something that you think would be helpful, go ahead and click on the links below, and I will see you in the next video.